Right. Hi, everyone. Jade from Career Journey Professional, based in Sydney, helping you to find and land in the career and lifestyle that's suitable of your personality, what you're best at. I was absent actually for 2 or 3 weeks. So the videos you've seen before was actually pre-recorded. I had a small medical surgery, just came back well recovered, and I am going through a career transition. So there are several companies approaching me, and we're talking about collaboration and what are the possibilities to reach out to more people and help them for their career. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, a career change, career transition. Most of my clients are going through that career transition at this stage, whether they are relocating to Australia, relocating to other countries. I have a client now in Norway. Whole family relocated to Norway, in the UK and Italy and other countries. So there are various forms of career transition or changing job. The easy will be changing a job or changing company within the same industry, or there are others who are going through the complete makeover of a career, like changing their career path, changing completely what they were doing before from different region, to different country, to different industry, to a complete strange environment. What I'm going to talk about today is how to start your career change, career transition process successfully, so it's smooth. The reason I said start is because it's going to be a process. It's going to be many steps that build up to the eventual, career change. So let's get started. 3 tips from my own experience, as well as how I can help clients in that way to have a successful career change. First of all, treat it as a project. Treat it as a project and don't rush it through. There are several things that I mean by it. So that's monetary, that's time, that's plan, that's your emotions, that's your career research. So how do I say that? So the average duration so far for a career change for people that I've dealt with, it's 3 to 6 months. And the more senior you are, the longer it takes. For people who are senior managers and C-level, which I am working with a couple at the moment, it's taking them 9 months to a year when that thought first came out to them to eventually changing that career path, that career track that they are on. So I would really suggest people to treat it as a project. And then it's just same as how you've done project in company. It's same as how you've done project or assignment back in university. There's going to be milestones, there's going to be steps, there's going to be a plan, and there's going to be measurable benchmark, and there's going to be checkpoints. And you know that you're progressing, that you know that you're on the right track. Reason being, within a company, within a school, that these kind of things, people have set up for you, the milestone, the time, the plan, the budget, the resources. But when it's your own career project, you will have to be the one to be responsible for that. Now, if you are someone who's already working, I would suggest leaving and giving yourself 3 to 6 months to start thinking about that, to start taking time in your spare moments, in your spare days, in your spare evenings, to do the research, to reach out to people, to network, to apply for a job, or even just, going into interviews and negotiation. That all takes time. So I always have people coming to me and rushing because they were so frustrated or so unhappy from their previous job. They cannot wait any longer. Even that, I have been there as well. You have to go through that process. So it's better that you have that mindset, you have that plan, you have that ready feeling, and then do that strategically. And this is also for people who left their previous job. Having no income, having no job, in between jobs, having a gap when they're thinking about what's their next career direction. Now, if you are under financial pressure, I wouldn't suggest this. I did it myself, leaving corporate and then doing full-time career coaching without a backup plan. If you can, I would always suggest save up 3 to 6 months. If you don't have saving, making sure that you would have that resources if you're gonna, temporarily borrow or lean onto the support from the government for job seeker, for example, or any kind of support, making sure that for that duration, you are in a peaceful mind, you are looking after yourself physically, financially, staying safe in a place that you can really delve deep into yourself to think about what do you really want for the next step for your career, right? And second of all, is having a very clear list of your possible career options. I'll show you here what do I mean by that. And always start from within, start from yourself. So this is a career list from actually the career profile coaching profile from my previous client who have successfully found a job. So when we're going through that, she's changing her career from accounting to legal. Eventually she landed a job in a very good top legal firm in Hong Kong. But this is what we call a career path. There is clear industries. So they're legal, they're management consulting, they're academic world. They are clear job roles that she can actually apply: paralegal, law clerk, analyst, research personnel, as well as the top companies. So I'm not going to reveal that here because it's her, the company that employ her is in it as well. So you have a clear industry, clear top companies you want to apply for, and the possible roles. So it's only with this list, it will become easy for you to search, to, look for information, to understand the industry trend, to know who to connect to know what to apply for, to know the keywords to search on job sites. If not, this is what's going to happen. If you don't have a clear list that's derived from you, from your previous lessons and experiences and expertise and achievements, this is what's going to happen. Everything else outside that looks good in some way or shape or form, it's going to be a distraction for you. This job has really good pay. That job has really good remuneration. A direct marketing sounds, everyone is doing it successfully. Maybe I should do that too. You're going to be distracted by everything else, but not your own voice. So very important to have that clear direction and list of everything, to know that what you like and what you don't like, what's for you and what's not for you, to filter out, to have a focused vision. The next thing is knowing the gap between this is where you're at, this is where your ideal job is. There could not, a lot of the times there could be a gap. Sometimes it could be like that, sometimes it could be like that. And knowing that gap, these could be very practical things. It could be a certificate, it could be the years of experiences, it could be knowing a particular process or software, it could be a certain list of industry connections that you really need to gain, so that you know that gap and you know how to bridge it. So you can take active and meaningful actions to really bridge the gap to get to where you want to be, to get into the ideal job role. And that's point number 2. Point number 3 is the longer we have left school, the longer you have worked in the workforce, the less relevant is your degree. The most important is always the relevant experiences. So if you are changing your career from, say, let's accounting to legal, then the employer, what they care about is the relevant legal experiences. That's going to be the biggest barrier and hurdle, and what you need to really repackage yourself to convince that legal employer that you are capable of doing that job. And that's why relevant experience, it's always the most and most important and first steps, and one of the hardest steps to get started. And that's why it may take time, accumulating experience, new experiences in a new industry. And that's where you need to be flexible and you need to be adaptable in terms of how to gain that experience. It's probably not right away a full-time job. You need to be creative of how and where, what kind of people and resources, in what way, contract, volunteer, organizations, part-time, to gain that experience in the shortest time possible. And the way to penetrate this, the quickest way and the best way is network, is connection. That's definitely the shortcut. if you want to do a complete makeover to change into a complete irrelevant industry, of course, you are leveraging your transferable skills. But knowing the right person, having that powerful referral, having that even just a leeway to gain experience, to know industry trend, to know the relevant knowledge, to know what's the most effective actions, things, resources to do, is what's bridging the gap. Okay, so that's just quickly 3 tips on how to start a successful career change. Get ready to set up your plan. It should be a project, having a very clear career path list that I've shown you, and that is the first step actually. And that has to be something that's derived. If you need help, get it from a professional. Get advice from a professional people to get help, because that's going to look at your previous achievements, your core skill sets, what are the possible career options, and then narrow it down to a list of no more than 5 or 8. And then search for repackage yourself from that list based on what the market is needing, what the market wants to hear, to repackage your resume, your LinkedIn, your interview. It's all creating a new story to convince that employer that although you were previously doing different things, however, you have this transferable skill, you have done this, and that's gonna be carried over successfully for you to do the new job in such and such a way. And get ready to establish your network. It's never too late to start now. In fact, the most useful way to use network and to start building network is when you're doing a career change, when you're doing career transition. Okay, great. So that's 3 tips to get started on a successful career change. And if you do need help, reach out to us. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe.